Nice. So, tell me how your games have been going, I guess.
Really, really bad, I would say.
Oh,
I
not
was
like this. Not like
Nah, it
this.
was like Plat 3, like
Uh-huh.
just hovering around 30 LP for a while, and then at some point, I don't know if I like tilted or I got super unlucky or what happened, but like I'm Plat 4 0 LP as of today,
I
and
see, I
I
see.
don't know. I feel like when I was originally climbing up through platinum, I was like, I've been watching a lot of your videos and kind of like trying to be like more like mindful of everything I was doing and shit. And I feel like for like the last week or so, I've just kind of like maybe reverted into autopiloting a little bit. So I think
Okay.
it's a combination of that, and part of it feels like definitely a little bit unlucky. Like I feel like
Okay.
I've had a lot of just unwinnable games lately, but I don't know. I could just be not seeing it.
Honestly, a lot of times when like losing starts happening, I find that for me, it's a part of like, oh, I'm tilted and also unlucky, and also because I'm tilted and unlucky, I start doing like stupid shit, so it like gets worse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So, I could definitely give you some advice on that aspect. When it comes to like, oh, always trying to like make sure we're doing good habits or keeping up our good habits, or if you lose multiple games in a row, just like take a break. I think those are like super simple, effective solutions. But
Okay.
it's always easier said than done, right? But in terms of gameplay, what do you think is going wrong, and what do you think is going well too?
I feel like in general I'm pretty good at like not dying for the most part, like for stupid shit anyway. I mean, obviously I'm not perfect, but like I don't know. Hmm. I don't know. Like that's like like I don't really know exactly like
Okay,
what
okay.
all is
I mean that's fair,
exactly.
right? If you knew, then it'd be easier to fix, of course, right? um,
Yeah.
so out of these replays that you have, whoops, which of these do you think you want to take a look at? Wow, what just happened? One sec.
Um, I actually wanted to watch this one video. I just played a game like right before we started this, and I was like fed out of my fucking mind on Jhin, and I still couldn't carry it. But for some reason, I uploaded it, and it said like there's like a copyright issue, so like
Oh
I
no.
couldn't watch it. But we can. I have plenty of other ones here. Clearly, I've been like every time I have like a game that's like frustrating, I'm like fuck this shit, and I put it on here, like as evidence.
Is
I
there
think
is
like
there like a specific champion you want to do? Because we could look at those, or does it
probably
not really matter?
mostly Jhin and
Okay.
Jinx. I like that MF game is probably a good one to watch, but I like just started playing her like yesterday, so I have like very little actual experience playing her.
Let's try
Maybe do
this, I guess.
okay. Go ahead.
Because this one seems like a average game, I guess. I'm not sure.
Yeah, this is what these first couple of videos here were game is examples of where like I don't know. I felt like very useless the whole game because I felt like the whole game like there was no point where I actually felt like I could really do much as an AD carry without dying, and then I
Hmm.
end up like going the whole game having done like almost nothing. It feels like, but at the
Interesting,
same time, it
interesting.
feels like the correct decision because I'm like, if I do something here, I feel like I'm just gonna die. So it's like I don't know.
I mean, that is a feeling that has become more relevant in the recent patches for sure. Like, oh, you try and do something, or you get one shot by whatever champion they have. You know what I'm
Everybody.
saying? Yeah, exactly. Essentially everyone, but as long as they have an ADC too, you should be fine, right? You
That's fair.
you should be able to do something on par or better, hopefully, right? Oh my, you're gonna kill this guy. Oh, okay, close enough. Oh, but so far so good, right? You've been doing your trades,
Except for
everything
that,
is good.
I
Okay,
get so
so
greedy
yeah,
for the fourth shot here.
so this is pretty tragic, right?
Super tragic.
Oh, you're dead as hell. 100% dead. No way out. So let's talk about this. What happened here? You're winning lane really hard, right?
I was winning lane really hard, and then I greeted out because I wanted to win lane even harder. Like I
Right.
was feeling like I
So
had to like just keep pressuring him as much as I could, and then I ended up going for the fourth shot, which led into the fillet and then my death.
you've seen my other coaching videos, right? So you know how I'm
Yep.
always like, when you're using skill shots, make sure to hold on to them to get more value, that kind of stuff, right?
Hmm.
So this is going to be a similar idea, except that it's not with any kind of abilities, it's with your auto attacks. Okay, so the idea behind holding on to your abilities slash auto attacks is that if you have them up, then you can pressure them, right? So let's say he's 50 health and you walk up with your first shot. He's gonna die, right? So what he's
Correct.
gonna do? He's gonna run. So you just hold on to your first shot and just stand here and you're good to go, right? Um, But let's say, for example, you have your fourth shot, and then you somehow use it on a minion, then he can walk up. All right, yeah, he's not afraid anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So in this example, it would be something like you're gonna walk up, you're gonna be like, okay, if I hit them, it's really good. And then what are they gonna do? They're gonna try and stop you. So don't use your fourth shot, and then walk out of range and you hit them, and it's still winning, right? That would
So I
be
could.
the kind of an easy way to kind of catch all of these kind of mistakes that could happen. Is you really want something, the Thresh knows this, right? So then he just flays
Mm-hmm.
you and you die to tower, right? There's nothing you can do. It's just that you kind of tricked yourself, right?
Yeah.
Both sides know that you want to hit them, and then you kind of go through it with it anyways, right? Is the problem. Um, Another classic example would be something like there's an all-in happening, and then I don't know if you play support, but like there's an all-in
Nope.
happening, and then you're playing Thresh, you throw a hook, and then they flash it, and you're like, wait, of course we're gonna lose. Um, it's a similar kind of idea, is that they have some kind of counterplay, you go through with it, and then you're gonna lose 100% of the time, right? The counterplay there was he's gonna flay you. So how do you trick him into flaying you before you take tower aggro? You just walk around in front of them, right? That's kind of the idea, is make sure that when you're trying to do some kind of punish like that, that if you have any kind of doubts, like you're gonna take tower aggro, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe you're too close, or anything like that, you just pretend to do it and don't actually do it, right? A super effective version of this in lane is, let's say they go for a minion and you walk up, right, and then they
Mm-hmm.
back off and you back off, right? You don't even try and hit them. They miss the minion, right? Or let's say every time they go for the minion, you're walking up, and every time they have to be afraid you're gonna hit them. And then since they're thinking about that, your jungler comes out, and then you guys get a gank off or something like that. It's the idea of you're making pressure happen, but you're not kind of committing yourself into
You're not actually putting
anything.
yourself at risk, really.
Right, exactly. You're doing the
You're
same amount
basically
of pressure,
getting
but
good stuff for free, essentially.
yeah, yeah, exactly, right. Because the reason why you can do that is because you put yourself in such a good position in the first 2 3 waves of the laning phase, right? So then you have
Mm-hmm.
all the control in the lane, so you can just walk up and do stuff like that. But now it's kind of the opposite, right? But that's the major idea. Like here's another example of doing it the other way. Let's say you're playing Thresh, right? And then let's say you're playing Thresh and they're playing Jhin, and
Mm-hmm.
both flashes are up. So you walk up, you flash on top of Jhin. What is he gonna do?
Flash it.
Right, and then you hook where he flashed, and it's over, right? But if you walked up and hooked first, you kind of gave away everything at the onset, and it's impossible to hit him, right? It's a similar kind of idea, and just the reverse is,
It's just too obvious what I'm trying to do.
right,
What you're
exactly,
telling me.
exactly, and if they know what you're gonna do and they can stop it, they will stop it, right? It's
Okay.
kind of the classic. Another like brute force example, I guess, is like, let's say there's an obvious dive going on, right? Everyone shows up bot, and your jungler is just sitting here waiting for you to push. What are they gonna do? They're gonna TP bot, right? Or their jungler is coming, right? Have
Mm-hmm.
you seen that one before? I've seen that one a lot, actually. It's just that the team will still try and go through with the dive, even though the other
Yep.
team is just on their way. So it doesn't really make sense. But those are just some examples I can think of off the top of my head that are really relevant to gameplay nowadays, I think. Um, yeah,
That makes
in
sense.
order to stop mistakes like that, it's just don't actually go through with your pressure if they can stop you, right? And stopping you can be many different things, but when in doubt, it's usually hold on to your auto attacks even, right? Um, so here we're pushing them in. This is good. I don't know who their jungler is. Oh, their jungler is top. Okay, Trundle. So far so good, right? We're back in control of the lane. So honestly, if it felt like you couldn't do as much, so far it's just because we made a mistake, right?
Yeah.
Under the tower. But other than that, you're just like slaughtering these guys, right? You don't even have to push now. You just walk up and they have no HP. Yeah, exactly what you're doing, right? So this is perfect, right? Good. So clearly you know how to pressure. It's just that the one mistake we had was just
Tragic.
yeah, we tried to pressure and then they kind of caught us, right? So that's kind of awkward. Oh, we're dead here.
Yeah, this doesn't go well.
Well, you're actually getting out. So
Nope, I'm
oh,
not.
you're so dead. No way. Oh, Red Smite's OP. Um, okay, let's talk about this. So um, what happened here? What do you think?
I I don't know. I had that ward in the river, and I didn't feel like I was that close to their turret, so I wasn't really like feeling nervous about like getting all in right here because Thresh is low HP. It was the lantern that fucked me over, and I wasn't taken into account.
So the idea here is kind of how can they gank you, or what do they need to do to win a gank? I guess. Um, and when it comes when you have if you have no flash, you're just gonna flash play and you consider that losing, right? Unless you can somehow kill them immediately. So this is just like a this is just like they just ganked you, right? And what's the indicator that we're dying here? You have no flash.
Yeah.
Right. So let's say they're playing Soraka. Are you dead?
No.
Probably not, right? You're still out. Soraka's gonna flash, obviously. It doesn't seem that great, right? Might be not bad.
Keep me from leaving.
Right. It's harder for her to keep you from leaving. Like, let's say, what if he's playing Janna? Okay, he's gonna flash W. It's not that great either. Let's say he's playing Blitzcrank. You're 100% dead, right? You can't stop him from flash and fisting you, right? What about what about Alistar? You're 100% dead as well. So depending on the kind of champion you're playing bot lane, you need to make sure you're not falling into their strengths, if that makes any sense, right? So before, you were trading really hard, right? Why were you trading really hard?
Because I feel like I should be able to. It was Nami and Jhin. Like, that's how we win this lane.
Exactly, you were
Just
slaughtering
trade with them over
right?
and over again until
And then
they can't actually fight us.
right, so you were using your strengths, and then how come we died twice?
Because they got to abuse their strengths.
Exactly, right?
Respect it.
Exactly. So that's kind of the idea in this lane is making sure that the basic fundamentals of you really know what you're supposed to do, and I think that's really good. But then you also need to make sure that you're not falling into their trap, right? Which is they're gonna try and engage on you or catch you or whatever it is. Like say for example, you're trying to chill with them on their tower, he's gonna try and flay you. You're pushing in because it's good for lane. They're gonna try and gank you because they have really strong, gank assist, right? So I think that's what's going on in this game so far is that while you said sometimes it feels like you can't do anything. You're doing a lot in this game, but then we kind of make a mistake and it cancels out the good stuff we were doing, if that makes any sense, right? So your laning phase is like good, but it would be even better if you could make sure that we're not falling into their I don't want to say trap, but like their win condition in a way, right? So that's kind of the big idea is what we're seeing here, right? So ways, let's say we always say don't do this, don't do that, but let's say what should we have done instead in terms of this, where we think we're getting ganked by flash play. How do we stop this? Some things you could do is ward before it happens, right? But you could say even warding is dangerous because he's just gonna walk up there. Wait, actually, where did it happen? Okay, here we go. Let's say
a ward in the tri-bush probably would have prevented it if we had one.
Right. Ward in the tri-bush. Anything like maybe using traps. Honestly, using traps here doesn't work because they have lantern, right? But anything like making sure you're staying away from Thresh. How far away do you have to be to beat this gank? What do you think?
His flash flay range.
Yes, exactly. Flash flay range, right? And then and then you have to, if he goes for the flash anyways, you have to be able to dodge the hook, right? Because he still has that, right?
Impossible after getting flayed, I feel like.
Or no, yeah. Assuming you're out of flash flay range, you have to be able to make sure you're dodging the flash hook. So something like saying he's gonna flash hook, I dodge downwards or something or dodge upwards, whatever. Pick a direction, or maybe you say I'm not gonna move, or you're just gonna run away, whatever. But that's the big idea is that you had to know you needed to be out of flash flay range, right? So every time he walks up, you walk back. So anytime you're trying to do something like this, he knows you're gonna try and do that, so he's gonna walk up. Similar to how you're under tower trying to first shot them, he's gonna walk up and go for the flay. Except in this case, it's the flash flay and with the lantern, right?
Doesn't that kind of put me in like an unwinnable situation though, where if he knows this and I know this, and all he has to do is walk up with Ezreal every time he CS's, and I can never actually trade on them.
Right, and then there's a bunch of nuances here. Like let's say for example, what if your Lee Sin's in that bush? Then you'll get flayed on purpose and you guys win 3v3, right? Let's say you're close but not close enough for him to flash flay and he pulls the trigger. Then you baited out a gank, you're winning, right? So it's the idea that you're trying to make them do something bad, right? And you can't really know where Chondo is, right? So you have to pretend he's always here. And why do we have to do that? It's because we lost their flash earlier, right? So it's we have to make do with what we have in any given situation, if that makes any sense, right? We're always looking to make sure our good outcomes. We need to make sure we know how to make good outcomes and prevent bad outcomes, right? Is the big idea. So maybe something like this, like, baiting out the gank here would be really good because Lee Sin's here, but then he goes mid, so you can't do that anymore, for example. And then you sit in this bush. It's probably what I would do. right? Because
Just wait for them to push it back.
right, or you wait until you see Trundle, right? Because you
Yeah,
you
that
know
too.
that 2v2 is a fine, right? And then you see Trundle, you're good to go, right? Unless they have like some kind of TP gank or some crazy stuff, right? So that's the big idea when it comes to situations like that. Is if you know getting flash flayed is 100% losing, figure a way to beat it, right? Sometimes it's even like throwing a trap in his face when he walks up, right? Let's say you guys are like walking back and forth because he's trying to get in range, and then you throw a trap down, and he walks forward. You know that kind of tells you that Trundle is probably here, right? Something like that. So,
Okay.
yeah, let's see what's going on here. This gank doesn't work. All you have to do is just walk away. You're good to go. You can even kill someone here, I think. Oh, okay,
I
okay,
was
okay.
not sure if that was gonna hit me or not when I flashed, but I was like, "Fuck it" at
I
the
think it
end.
was hitting you. I think it was hitting you. But there's probably a turn opportunity here, right? But I think it's fine. Getting away from the gank is already really good. So, not bad at all. We would say. The reason why we think that there's a turn opportunity here is because how many minions are here?
A lot
Right. So, how do you make sure you don't die?
to this gang.
Yeah. What has to hit you for you to die?
I guess the hook has to.
Right. So you just make sure that okay, he's gonna flay you. That's fine. Just make sure you flash hook, and then you're automatically winning. Right. Something like that. But honestly, this is you don't have to do something like that. This is already winning. I'm just saying. Oh, maybe you can squeeze out some extra juice. That's not really something you want to worry about though. So, um,
And
yeah.
it's
I
also
mean,
kind of
you guys are looking for it too. So it's
for
it's
me to
it's it's.
deter. They'd have to keep committing to that fight though too, because they can also just walk away if they want to. I feel like.
Oh, right. But you have your ulti, right? In
Yeah, that's
terms
true.
of how this matchup plays out, is, Jhin wants to trade super hard and then pop his ulti, and then they're all gonna they have to dodge or die, something like that. But you guys made it out again. It's really good. Oh. Okay, never mind. You pushed in first, which is good. If Trundle was here, you can't die, right? Unless all their solo laners show up or something crazy like that. Sure. But again, we have no flash. So gotta be careful, I would say, right? Good. You just wait until you see what's going on the other side of the map. Oh, Chando's fighting. You guys can fight, right? That's how you know you can walk up and trade, unless Yasuo's coming. I think Yasuo's coming. Fast forward. So really, you had really big impact in this game, right? Whether it be
Except for the
positive or
dying.
negative, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
There's a lot of stuff going on bot. So all you have to do is up your good outcome percentage. I don't know if there's like a term for that, but you want to maximize the amount of good outcomes. So far we had 2 bad outcomes and like 1 good outcome, right? So as long as we're 100% clean, then I think you're gonna be doing really well, at least coming out of lane, right? Judging by how you're playing, you know how to punish, but then you also get punished. So
Yeah.
that's kind of something I would say you might want to look at when it comes to laning. But like, look at this
Okay.
Thirst's health, right? You're just destroying them 2v2. It's just that when they're ganking, you're like, oh, we got ganked or anything like that. It could be really bad, right? You just gotta make sure you're more mindful of their counterplay in a way, right? Um, yeah, this is just Trundle gank, right? Why is this Trundle gank probably gonna work?
'Cause I don't have flash.
Exactly. No flash. I don't know where Thresh is, but a classic example is their Blitz Thresh Alistar goes missing with Moby Boots and they come around. No way out, right? So yeah. Actually they have no Thresh, but where did the Thresh go? So yeah, 2v2 they can't win. That's really good for you guys. I don't know what was going on here, but you guys just automatically win this. Just even if you eat this hook, you win. Yeah, here we go. Oh wait, there's a Yasuo here. It's okay. You guys still win this. He can't tank. Wait, he can tank. No way.
This doesn't go well.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus.
It's a slaughter.
Wow. Okay, let's watch this. How did this go so poorly? What happened? What do you think happened?
I got hit by the Yasuo Q.
Um, sure, but is there, uh, could you have dodged that Yasuo Q? Is the question, right? That's like it's like I think the focus on mechanics is not really you can't dodge something that can't be dodged, right?
Mm.
If you had flash and you say I should have dodged it, then yeah, because you have a guaranteed way to dodge it, but there's no really way to dodge this, right? So how do we play this better? What do you think?
I just keep running, I guess. instead of walking back.
You can't outrun the Yasuo, right?
But then if
Because
he cues my other teammates instead of going for me, then maybe I just walk away.
right, you kind of want to stand your tower here,
Okay.
right? And how do we know this? Is that if you run, it's automatic loss because he just runs you down, right? Because you have no flash. So you need that's how we know you need to stay under tower, and staying under tower will always be a better outcome, right? Because here they're not even tanking because you guys left tower. So, but you know, I don't think it should have been this bad. It's just how is it so disaster? I guess you know Nami has no mana on Echo slow, so kind of hard to do anything, huh? Yeah, we kind of wanted to stay under tower, right? And even though you guys left tower, look, it's a 4v4, right? So you guys aren't even doing that badly, right? Yeah, I would say you guys probably got the what's it called? You guys probably won. You guys probably were winning off that, right?
Ended
So
up being 3 for 3, I think.
yeah. So it's not disaster. It's not bad. We would say that's
definitely feels bad in the moment though.
right.
I feel like there's like I don't know. Like when shit like that happens, I just feel like there's almost nothing I could have done about it beyond just like leaving straight up, just going to like the tier 2 turret or something. If I saw Yasuo was coming down or I thought he was gonna dive.
Oh no, I'm here. So we can talk about this more. When it comes to these kind of big fights, right? So this is already you would already consider this to be winning, right?
Okay.
So all you have to do is continue this fight under your tower, and then even if you die, you guys are winning this fight. Is the idea, right? So honestly, the big idea is just we just had to hide here, and then make sure we heal bait something, and you're good to go. Honestly, so yeah, honestly, I wouldn't worry about something like that. It's not something that happens every game, right? So
Okay.
that's I would say that's a lesser focus. Stuff like making sure we don't get caught by their win condition or anything like that is probably the bigger focus because that happens every game, right? That's something you need to work on. That's something you always have to be conscious about, right? So what happened in this 2v2? What do you think?
I got caught again. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember. This game was like a week ago, I think.
So in
Yeah,
terms of
I should have flashed it. So I remember in this moment right here, I was like looking for the hook animation. I just like didn't notice it fast enough. Then it ended up hitting me.
yeah, honestly, that happens to me all the time too, right? It's just it comes out a lot faster than you think. So as long as you know what the idea is, don't worry about this. It's just
If I
it's
flashed
called
it so fast,
execution.
I lived there, I think.
Yeah, you guys win that if you flash it, right? So this is something that's just pure execution, right? So you just gotta, as long as you're thinking about it, you're already doing good. I wouldn't worry about it. If you knew what to do, don't worry about stuff like that. That's just like you say that's unlucky, and then you make sure that as long as you know what the right idea is, just try and execute it, and then you just get better at it, right? So wouldn't worry about that too much, right?
Okay.
Sure, push this out, and then oh, that's a 4v5. Hit this tower. Oh my god, your team won a 4v5. Wow, your team literally 4v5 ace. Okay, so let's take this tower. Sure. I think you can get another wave, right?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Probably can.
Why is that? There's always some
Four
kind
of
of
them are still
reasoning.
dead.
Yes, you're still dead. You can't stop you. And anything like, oh, let's say Yasuo's alive. Let's say Yasuo's been alive and he's coming bot. What happens if he goes bot instead of mid?
Then my team takes mid.
Right. And can he kill you?
Maybe. I
How?
have flash though, so I can
Right.
put it away.
So something like stay away from your minions, put a bunch of traps on top of yourself. There's no way, right? That's kind of how you know you can stay for another wave, right? And we can talk about like some kind of helping your team ideas, but if your team's trying to do something, make sure that you're also trying to do something. Like let's say they want to siege mid really badly for whatever reason. Is there anything productive we can do while they're sieging mid?
Just push side lanes.
Right, like maybe doing camps or maybe coming to counter gank mid, right? Because they're trying to engage mid. Anything like that, right? Anything that's not basing, unless you like are basing and TPing in or something like that, right? You want to be able to help them, right? Or make sure that you know you can do something off this, right? So the classic example is your team is sieging, they die, and then we based, we didn't get anything. Versus your team is sieging, they die, and we ate like 5 camps in a wave, right? So yeah, but. Honestly, also not going to be too big of a deal, honestly. Oh, this is really awkward. You're good. You just flash? No, oh, I think you went the wrong way. But honestly, it should be fine, right? Yeah, it should be fine. You baited him right into the middle of the Pantheon out, so good idea. As long as it works, I don't really care, right? Uh,
Okay.
let's see. We're ganking this guy 3v1. Should be easy. All you have to do is push bot after this. Fast forward. Sure. Good, good, good. So it really looks like you know what the deal is when it comes to being proactive. I think it's just when they're proactive, you tend to kind of
Fall victim to it.
yes, exactly, right. They fall victim to you, and you fall victim to them at like an equal rate,
Yeah, and then
which is why it
nobody's
seems
actually
50-50, right? Yeah, which is why it seems like it's 50-50. So, oh, this is fine. Echo's not gonna die. You guys can just do dragon. That's fine. Sure, sure, sure. Fast forward. Oh, this is good. Hold up, let me watch this. This looks good. As long as oh my god, that kick was insane. Pantheon just kills Yasuo, and you guys are winning. Oh, never mind. You guys are gonna lose this. Oh, it wasn't good enough. Everyone's dying.
Nope.
Everyone's dying. You want out? Oh, okay. So let's talk about this. This is just team fighting stuff, right? So, explain to me what's going on in the team fight.
I just thought a fight was about to break out there, and I didn't feel comfortable like actually autoing anyone. So what I usually end up doing in that situation is I'll just walk back and start the fight with my ult, and then try and like clean it up afterwards if I can, assuming it goes well. And it does not seem like it went very well.
Right. So when it comes to solo queue stuff, honestly, just League in general, you can't really control your teammates, right? And you can't really control enemy team, obviously. So the best thing in an even fight is, we would consider this to be an even fight, right? Let's pause right here. Does it look like any side has any obvious advantage?
I mean, we might, assuming Pantheon gets like a 5-man.
No. Like when we say obvious advantage, we don't mean like potentially 5-man Oriole or something.
Okay.
It's like you see the 5-man Oriole, it already happened, right? Or something like you guys one shot their 80 carry, so it's 5v4 or anything like that, right? So
Okay.
is there anything that's like super clear to you? What do you think?
Not really.
I agree. Seems pretty even. So how do you make sure that you have the biggest impact on this fight?
I don't die and do as much damage as I can. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. It's essentially getting as much value out of everything as possible, right? Which means making sure you have a good ulti and you have a good W when you're playing Jhin, right? And maybe hitting someone if it's safe, right? So in this fight, what abilities do we not have such good value on?
Everything. At least the
Right.
ulti didn't really do much.
Right. Why is
Sure.
that? Why did the
Because
ulti not do
Two
much?
of them got eaten by the wind ball, and then the other one hit a high health target. So it doesn't
Right,
do
right,
much.
right. And then we also try to hit something without being safe, right?
Yep.
So it's kind of the reason why it felt like we couldn't do anything is because you wasted too much stuff and nothing happened, right? Is the problem. And then there's also ideas like, you guys went for a dive, it didn't work, or engage didn't work, but you can save this. I promise you, at this rank, you can always save it, right? Let's say, for example, wait, and then this file is just, honestly, it was just gone, right? Can't really save this, but let's say you had waited until at least Yasuo didn't have wind wall or something like that, or you waited until someone was low HP and they can't hide behind their teammates, right? That would be a good time to use ulti, or anything along those lines, right? But when it comes to fighting, you gotta make sure that you get good value no matter what, right? When's the only time that you don't need good value? What do you think?
When you have a numbers advantage.
Yeah, you just fucking go. If you have numbers advantage, you can throw all 4 bullets into the wind wall and you guys are winning because he has no wind wall, right? Because you just have more people. So that's the only time. That's pretty much the only time is when you have some kind of massive advantage, right? You already got the 5-man Oriole, just finish the fight, or you have more people. They literally cannot win, right? Anything like that. And even then, to be safe, you would try and get as much value as possible. So here is just an exercise in can you get value? And then let's say you couldn't find the value and then your team dies, then you just gotta make sure you don't die, right? It's the concepts except take into, make sure that it always happens, right, when it comes to good value. Because I think this is the only time we saw you try and do something that had poor value, right? If I'm not mistaken. The other times you're doing really well when it comes to using your W, using your Q, using force shot, whatever. Here it just seemed like you pop your ulti and then nothing happened, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just team fighting in general, honestly. Sure, they got Baron. Let's see if we can stall. We're going mid. Oh, this is just A-Ram mid, I guess. Sure.
This
This
is
is good
another
for you
problem
guys.
I have. I feel like it gets to a certain point in the game where I feel like I'm always just kind of dancing around my team instead of like farming like I want to be because I feel like something terrible is going to happen at any moment.
Yeah, it's kind
And
of
like
hard for Jhin to
it's
do
hard.
anything in the side lane nowadays. Especially when everyone on the enemy team can kill you, right? So it's like, oh, it's kind
Yeah,
of awkward.
literally everybody.
So, being mid here is fine, right? You guys need to try and defend. And the reason why being mid here is fine is because they have Baron, right? I would even argue that you want to be able to help mid because they can dive even without Baron, right? Some kind of Trundle
Mhm.
Yasuo combo is insane. Yeah, I think you have to give up this tower. So the impact we had on the game is kind of so far defined by our laning mistakes and team fighting, right? I would say we got a team fighting mistake. Same thing here, right? What happened here?
Just another low value ultimate.
Right. I would say it's low value because he's just gonna win wall it, or he should have win wall. I don't know what happened, but let me see. Oh,
Yeah,
he used his
well,
win wall, but
I didn't hit anyone that was low enough to actually do damage to.
right. You gotta make sure that you're killing someone. That would be good value on your ulti, right? And the reason why we know we can't kill him is because these guys are just gonna stand in front of it, right? So you need to hold on to it. And you might say, oh, we pushed him off the tower, stalling Baron, but
I think that
this is
was
your
my thought at the moment.
yeah,
I was
this
just
is
trying to
five
keep
v
taking the
four.
tower.
Yeah, yeah. I would say you just always save your ulti for a good moment. Okay.
Okay.
Otherwise it's just you can't win. You literally cannot win. Right. Look at this. It feels like you can't do anything because you literally cannot do anything. Right. That's the idea. Is that if you, I mean, imagine you're playing a champion and you have no ultimate. How useful are you?
Not that useful.
Right. So that's kind of what's happening in these fights. But honestly, um, the game is so snowbally that all it took was like one fight earlier, right? So
It's like the ganks earlier that and like the
yeah, the ganks as
push
well,
out of their
right?
towers like would really fuck the whole thing up because that prevented me from like getting any kind of actual tempo going in the bot lane
Right,
because I
right, right,
died to
right.
those ganks.
So definitely the big picture to look at is something like make sure that when you're fighting and there's even numbers, you're saving everything for really good value, right? I mean, let me see this ulti here. Um,
I don't think it's good.
yeah, even this. Okay, maybe wait longer to see if you could get away, and then you would ulti, right? But I wouldn't worry about that one. That was not that bad. But the other ones where it was no clear indicator that you were gonna get anything out of your ulti, you want to save it, right? Anything like in lane, you need to make sure that you know what they're trying to do. Because I mean, we don't need to tell you how to pressure them. You were trading really well, and you were winning, right? And then the only thing that went wrong was that you got caught or you died to a gank. So those are the things you want to focus on when you're laning at least. And then okay, this is not going well. Oh, okay. Wow, looks like you can't do any damage. What the hell?
Yeah,
80 carries, baby.
so tanky.
Wow, that's really unfortunate. I think it's just because he uses ulti, right? Let me see. Yeah, he uses his ulti, so it's not that bad. But Lee Sin just dies, and then I think you guys just lose because you have no ulti, so you can't win this, right? I don't really see how you're supposed to win this without an ulti. Oh my! There's no way. It's still, it's still like 3v5 or something like that. So wow, he missed that hook. No way. But yeah. Oh, this is getting saved. Oh baby, wait, you actually just saved this somehow. Wait, did this Trundle just like ignore you? What? Hello? You see this?
Probably. Yeah, he just lets me get away scot free.
Holy shit, that's so funny. Interesting. But you did really well there. So honestly, when it comes to team fighting ideas, make sure you have good value and make sure that you play more safe when you have no flash. The only times you died is
Yeah.
you had poor value and you had no flash. Whenever you had flash and they engage on you, you always won. In the example mid where Yasuo went on you, Pantheon ulted, you had flash, you always win. You don't have flash, you walk up, you die. Is what I'm noticing. So the patterns I'm seeing is just early game stuff that we talked about, and then fighting. You need better value, and you need to be safe when you have no flash, right? But honestly, the
Okay.
better value idea is the most important, right? This is just you can't win now, so I would not. This is whatever, right?
I was
So
thinking like I don't know,
um,
maybe I get a miracle steal on the Baron or
yeah,
something.
there's no way. There's no way after all the other fights. So let's see. Should we look at another Jhin game or should it be a different champion?
I can do Let's look at another Jhin game while we're on it. You can do like
Just,
the 9-4 14 one.
all right, let's see.
There'll be more action in that one than some of the other ones.
Any questions, by the way? Anything? Agree, disagree? Anything
No,
makes
I
sense? Doesn't make
definitely
sense?
agree. I think the points you're making definitely make a lot of sense. I was just kind of having trouble like seeing it because like when I'm in the game, like the one we just watched, it just like I don't know, it just feels so hopeless the whole time. Like I feel like nothing
Oh
I'm
no.
doing could have possibly turned those team fights around. But like I don't know. I realize it's not necessarily the case. Yeah, this is tragic.
Oh. Okay, not your fault. Don't worry about it. Sometimes mistakes happen. That was a really nice predict by Morgana. Anything we could have done to get level 2 first? I don't think so, right? Well, let me see. Oh, okay, yeah, no way. I can't remember Mr. Q, that's why. Alright, so whatever, don't worry about that. Let's see. So I guess when we want to talk about like win conditions and stuff, let's not talk about what you should do. Let's talk about what they want to do. So what do they want to do?
They want to bind me and then trap me and then kill me.
Yeah, that's about it. They're just gonna throw binds at you. You need to make sure you don't get binded. You're good to go, right? That's the big idea. And this is like it's simple, but it's also hard at the same time, right? The idea is simple. Don't get hit, and then it's hard because if they walk up, they're gonna try and hit you. So oh, this guy is yeah, nice. Oh, that's winning for sure, 100%. You just kill these guys. Flash for that's fine. This is another example of what do you think? From what we talked about last game, how would you describe this?
Not getting good value of my W.
Right. Remember the idea of Thresh is gonna flash in your face, and your only response is to flash, and he hooks you. Right. What happens if you auto attack flash?
The Jinx.
Right. Auto attack flash. What she's gonna do? What is she gonna do?
And she'll flash.
And then you W her, or she's still in range. You auto attack her, right? Yeah, exactly. So, you see that
it takes the element of chance out of it from hitting.
Exactly, zero sum game, right? Let's pretend there's no jungler because this would actually be the correct play is waiting for her to flash and then W without using your flash, because if you flash and the jungler comes out, it could be bad, right? Let's say it's just 2v2 because oftentimes it is just 2v2. Then this would be something like, how do you make sure that they can't dodge, right? Let's say, can you think of a way to maximize your chances of landing this W besides just holding on to it? Because holding on to it is always going to be best, right? But let's say you go just like make sure that maybe we can't hold on to it. What other ways can we do?
Just let her walk away a little bit to see which way she's actually going, and then try and throw it.
Right,
or like
that's
wait
true.
for her
Yeah.
to flash first, and then throw it if she flashes immediately.
Yeah. Honestly, all you need to do is know that holding on to it is winning. That's all you need to know. But when you get to the higher levels, something like when they're in the middle of an auto attack is really spicy, right? Or like I saw this Morgana auto attack, I was like, oh, that's an opportunity, right? Anything like Jinx throws that trap, that's good to go. Well, don't worry about that. You don't need to worry about that at this rank, and until you get the challenger, all you need to do is hold on to it and you win, right?
Okay.
And honestly, you're already winning because they blew their flash, right? It's just that maybe we could have killed her, I think. So yeah. Oh, we're chasing here. I think you can kill this guy, but no, potion's pretty strong, I guess. That's fine. Fast forward, you can push them in. No one has TP, I guess. Oh, they died to. So yeah, it looks like you do really well when it comes to punishing, right? Oh, what?
Yeah.
What? What? Look at Karma for a sec. You see what she's doing? You see what happened here?
Let me see. Hold on.
Oh my god. She shielded the wrong person, and Graves took aggro because he threw his W. What the hell? Okay, so let's explain it in the same terms, right? He could have walked up. What can Jinx do?
Trap him.
I think it's really unlikely, right? That she can trap him. No, let's say everyone walks up and just body blocks her. What can she do? She traps someone, doesn't matter. No one's taking aggro, right? Yeah. So the same idea here is just you just walk up into her face like what you're doing is really good, and then there's no way out, right? So if you can just walk up and not do anything, it's better than using the pressure you have and then they flash it or something like that. And make sure there's no counterplay is kind of the idea.
Okay.
So yeah. I think when it comes to the speed at which you're fighting, having more patience is better than not. So, but you did good. You did good there for sure. You guys are just destroying. Look at this. When it comes to 2v2 stuff and you don't get binded or fall into their win condition, you just smash them, right? No problem. Oh, this is kind of awkward, right? Wait, let me watch this. Hold on, what's going on?
I don't remember what happened here.
Okay, so do you see any problems with this?
Oh, I'm sure there are some, but did I flash directly into her traps? Or did I not need to flash here?
Just take a look at the picture. So remember how when I was like, you can walk up and flash in her face instead of using W, but if they're junglers here, that's not a good idea, right? So in this picture, what's going on?
Now we're chasing with no vision.
So what's the worst case scenario? What do you think?
Jungler shows up and both of us die.
Mm-hmm. What else besides the jungle? Because you have flash. You can get away from the jungler.
TP.
Who specifically has a global that's gonna kill you?
Oh, TF.
Yeah. He's just gonna give up that wave mid, and then you're gonna get a double kill bot, and then you guys have a problem, right?
Okay.
So when it comes to, it's very clear that you know how to push harder for advantages, but the thing you need to work on is what are they gonna do to stop you? Okay, because it seems like as long as you see the opportunity, you're gonna go for it no matter what. But sometimes they have counterplay, right? And you can't do something like this. Otherwise, it's gonna be disaster, right? What if Jinx gets 2 kills? Oh, that could be really awkward, you know. So even though this goes, relatively well, I think that this is just this is just disaster, right? There's no way.
Coin flip at the end.
Yeah. See, actually, that's exactly what happens, right? There's just no way. There's literally no way to win. And I think they just, I don't know how they fucked this up, but it should definitely be 2-0 in their favor, right? So that's the big idea I want you to work on when it comes to early mid game stuff. Okay, early mid game stuff is keep doing what you're doing, and then on top of that, make sure you say, can they beat me with man advantage is the big idea. Or let's say they have a hook or whatever, right? The thresh thing kind of happened once, but I think most of the time it's like they have more people. So ask yourself, if I do this, am I getting ganked? And then the answer is always you're getting ganked. Okay, that's the secret. The answer is always you're getting ganked. I promise you. Okay. And then when it comes to team fighting and stuff, just make sure you're getting really good value. Okay, you're doing that when it's like 2v2. Look at this. You're just destroying them, right? So when it comes to like this simple 2v2, 3v3 stuff, you have no problems. Perfect. I'll give you A+. It's just there are more people, you always die, and when there's a 5v5, I feel like your ulti is almost always poor, right?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this. Is this a good ulti here?
I was thinking Morgana just walks in front of her,
and then let's say Morgana has 50 health. You didn't kill anyone. Is that good?
It's good if we get a kill out of it. Otherwise.
Well, let's say Morgana has 50 health. How does she get her health back?
She doesn't.
Right. So you can say this is good too because they have no sustain. So if you make them eat all the shots and then you and Karma just sit under the tower, what do they do? Right. They have to back off, or the jungler has to come, and then there's no way for them to win. Right. So getting good value is kind of, it can be explained in a bunch of different ways, but honestly, I think people know instinctively when they see it. You know what I'm saying? Like this, for example, you know it when you see it, right? You just need to make sure that you don't jump the gun when it comes to, you just got to make sure that you double check to see if you're getting good value. Okay. So something like missing opportunity here, I think is no problem. Don't worry about that. As long as the problem is when people use it and there's no way you're going to get anything out of it. And you also remove any chance of getting good value out of it in the future. Right, so holding on to it will always be better. I promise you. So yeah, that was really good. 10 out of 10. Push this in, sure. You can base if you want. You can hide in the bush. Doesn't really matter. Base, run back to lane. Things is fine. Anything like pushing this out and going mid, or anything like pushing this out and going mid is really good here. Okay, yeah, go mid, sure. You have ulti soon, so this could be really good. They see you, so it's getting kind of awkward, but honestly, still pretty good. Oh, you're gonna win this 100%, right? How do you know this is good ulti?
Because the 44 and one of them's already low. I can keep them here until my team can kill them.
Right, agreed. So agreed. So you know it when you see it. Okay, just make sure you double check, because the other game we saw, it was just too many times it was not right. Let's say if TF is full health, this is probably not good enough, I would say, for a solo queue, right? It's just this guy was so low, and your Zed's able to do something. You know, this is gonna be really good. And then, oh, very nice W. And then, oh, you need to watch out for this window. You're gonna die, boy. Run. Okay, good. Good. You can't die now. Yep, and then just kill everyone. Sure. Fast forward. That's all you need to do, right? Is have good value. You automatically win 5v5. Okay. All you need to do is have good value. I promise you. At this rank, it's all about make sure you don't 4v5, or if you do 4v5, you don't die. And in a regular fight, you have massive value. They can't win, right? Oh, very nice. I don't know about this dive. You just want to hit this tower, right?
Yeah,
okay,
it
good.
just left immediately.
Right. So it's kind of awkward, but I think you're getting out. Sure. You don't want to base there. Yeah. Okay. Too late to base. You should go top. Yep. Could have even gone mid, but honestly, oh wow, nice snipe. He's dead as hell. Even if he flashes, he's dead as hell. Yo, Zed better get this guy. What's going on? Okay, very nice. Good. Push this out. You killed someone. You can hit tower. So yeah, definitely no problems in pushing your advantage. Okay. There's no way you die here. This is 2v1. 0% chance you die. No fear. All you have to do is hit him. Oh, what's going on? Okay, let's talk about this. What's going on here?
Am I being a pussy?
No.
What do you mean?
Okay, in a way, yeah. But how do we know that you can't? How do I know you can't die here? And I actually.
I don't know. I don't know Swain that well.
Right, that's exactly what I was gonna say. You don't know what Swain does. So honestly, I don't want to fault you too much for this because I also did not know until I started playing Swain. But how does his
bird in my face and I get scared?
Right? How does his ulti do damage?
He pops it at the end, like, and it does damage based on the number of like soul flares he has.
Yes.
Whatever those red things under his.
So if he has 0 stacks, how much damage do you think it does?
Not much. I have no idea.
Does let's see. Does 45 damage.
Oh.
What if he has 1 stack? Actually, no, 0 stacks is like 0 damage, right? What if you have 1 stack? It's like 45 damage. So that's how we know. Is you have no fear. If he has 5 stacks, you assume you're always dying, right? But in this case, this is just.
I can see that, like when he ults, I can look.
Right, you can see he has 1 stack. So I'm like,
damage is gonna do.
Yeah, exactly. If he has 5, you think you're always losing, and if he has less than 3, there's no way, right? So honestly, it's still good because you 2v1, right? So you have more people you're winning, but that's just something. If you ever find yourself not knowing what something does, my advice is practice 2 for 5 minutes on that champion, right? That's only advice that I should take, but it's like really helpful. Like I had no idea how to play against Vlad until I started playing Vlad, right? And I don't know if you hate Vlad, but I hated that champion for like the longest time. Right, exactly. So if you know how he works, then it becomes a lot more clear, right? So that'd be my suggestion. But honestly, it doesn't seem like you really need to do that yet. All right. So okay. So let's talk about this. What's going on here?
Only one person of their team is on the map, and there's 3 of us here.
Well, I would say you're okay here because you have flash, but you didn't actually flash. Yeah. So what's the bigger picture here when it comes to let's put this in another way. So remember how we're like you wanted to 4-shot them on their tower, right?
Yeah.
And it'd be good if they let you get away with it, right? But they're not gonna let you get away with it. So they're gonna pull the trigger and engage on you, right? So in this example, you want to hit the tower. And if they let you hit the tower, it's good. But they're not going to let you. So they're going to pull the trigger on the engage, right? So how do you win these 2 situations? In our example with the other tower route one, you pretend to 4-shot. You don't actually do it. They waste their flay, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this example, you pretend to walk up. You don't actually hit it, and you guys run immediately up this way or something like that, right? And you guys are winning, right? Why is that winning if you get away?
Because we're shoving them under the tower.
Okay, that's actually true. They're losing minions,
or
but
unless we're like they actually pull the trigger on it, and then we're just baiting them, like wasting TFO, and then we all get away.
This is true too, right? You're wasting their resources, Garen splitting. What's a bigger reason on top of that? I would say those are like medium to small reasons. What's a big reason?
Good. Looks like we're getting Rift Herald off it.
Yeah, you get a free Rift Herald, right? So you bait this engage, you get a free Rift Herald. So what was the problem here? You guys didn't know what the plan was, if that makes any sense, right? All you need to know is that you guys need to get out. And honestly, in solo queue, that's never gonna happen because someone's always gonna die like that, right? So my advice is just push in and then like hide somewhere, like wait, right, run, because because this is good and competitive, but in solo queue, someone makes a mistake, it's gonna be bad really quick, right? So all you'd want to do is just wait here and then let Graves finish the Rift Herald, and then you guys can do something, right? So, because Graves dies too. Yeah. So yeah, they're yeah. It's not good because especially after the bounty patch, this is gonna throw a game, right? So I would say so what should you do instead? This is in theory good, but in solo queue, your team has no idea what the plan is. So you'll say something like spam back ping, we hide here. And how do you know what to do is, you push this in and then you go do the Rift Herald. So that's the idea. Okay. But it's the same concept as you want to do something. If you do it, they're going to screw you over. You know they're going to screw you over, so you don't do that thing is kind of the basic logic of it, if that makes any sense.
Just keep falling into it.
You're dead as shit because he has 5 stacks. Oh, he didn't even have to use it. Yeah. So this is awkward. What happened here?
I just face checked the bush trying to ward.
Right. And when can you? Let's say if your whole team was here, can you do this?
If my whole team was there, I could do it because I see 2 of them on the map.
Right. Like... So the problem is that teammates are dead. Right. So you're not really supposed to do anything if your teammates are dead. That's the problem there, is that they just have more people, right? Even if they didn't have more people, you lose 1v1 to Swain. So you just want to sit and wait for the waves to come in. But okay, you guys haven't lost yet. It's still looking good. This could be a good ulti. Let's see. Oh, definitely did not want to ulti there, right?
Nope.
So yeah, always hold on to it, right? The reason why I was thinking you want to hold on to it is because he's gonna flash over. He flashes over, you guys are winning, right? No need to use your ulti, right? Instead, we could run mid here, and then if they defend, you can ulti. So there's always a reason why you would rather save your abilities than not waste it, right? You just gotta make sure that it's become you gotta make sure you discipline yourself when it comes to stuff like that. So remember, just double check. Okay, you have a good eye for opportunity. Just make sure you're double checking what can go wrong. So something like this, you double check. You say, can they engage? Right? Who's missing? And you say, this is 4v4. We see 2 of them, and the 2 people that are missing can't engage. Okay, good to go. So gotta just make sure you're double checking. Okay, that's kind of the only time you go wrong when you're trying to make something happen is you didn't make sure that they couldn't stop you, and then things happen. Oh, you stopped your base. He's gonna die. Oh, very nice. Yeah, these skill shots are really sick. It's just make sure your ulti is probably the big one, honestly. Okay, push out top. Sure, very good. Go mid. Sure. Push this out. You guys have control of Baron. Oh, what happened here? Someone just died. Dude, you guys can't lose this. Your whole team is just running them over. Your whole team is just running them over. What can they do? It's kind of funny, actually. You guys can do Baron, honestly. Or you can just sit at Baron. Okay, this looks pretty good, honestly. How do you know this looks good?
Because Morgana's dead.
Yeah, Morgana's dead. Yeah, it's 5v4. Yeah, you can just ulti like this. You should be happy. But for some reason, your team's. Oh, I mean, it's honestly still going well. Your team's on the way. This is turning into a 5v5. I don't really know what's going on anymore. But all you have to do is hit someone, or see, all you have to do is get good value and automatically win, right? You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to these 5v5s, and even if you can't win them with good value, you couldn't have won it anyways. All right, if you couldn't win it with good value on your abilities, you couldn't win that fight anyways because some disaster happened. So, just make sure that no matter what, you're getting good value. Okay. Oh, what would I say about this? What do you think?
Hold on to it.
Yeah, always hold on to it. Okay. Because even though this is not bad, if you hold on to it, it's gonna be better. Right.
I think I panic all too lot because I'm like, oh shit, something's going on over there. I gotta like contribute
right. So this is a common thing with pretty much every player, is that they see an opportunity, right? And they think that you have a set number of seconds to capitalize on it, right? And it's true, is that if you wait too long, opportunity is gone. Okay. When was the last time that you saw an opportunity and it slipped past you because you didn't act fast enough?
I don't know. I can't think of a specific example.
For me, like never, because people, I don't know if it's like human nature or something, but psychologically speaking, you just always take the chance. And if you do it too early, then all of a sudden it turns out that the opportunity you saw wasn't really an opportunity, right? I've never really seen a player go too late. You know what I mean? Because when it comes to League of Legends, people want to do something like it. Use abilities, kill people. It's really fun. So they tend to kind of use everything at the first opportunity they see. So I would say exercise patience. Okay, just make sure, just like wait. Okay, I'd rather have you. Yeah, exactly. It comes back to double checking. Like I would rather have you miss an opportunity than go too early again, because at least you're making progress in that direction. You know what I'm saying? Go to the extreme, like wait even longer, because you can just sit here, hit this tower, and then once they're committed to running away or something, then you can ulti and then they can't get out, right? Something like that. So even though it's not bad, I would say if you wait, it's going to be even better, right? You know what I mean? So that's what when it comes to mechanics, that's what I think you should practice, right? When it comes to just gameplay in general, it's just make sure you're not what's it called, outplaying yourself. That's honestly what's happening, right? It's just you try and do something because you see an opportunity and then they counter, you die, right? I think is the thing here. All right, you just kill this guy. Oh, this is really tragic. You're dead as hell. But this is just like random shit. Don't worry about this. Honestly, that's just like whatever. It's just like a solo queue thing. Everyone just tries to fight at the dead inhibitor, whatever. This is the stuff we want to look at, right? This is the same example. So I don't think we really have to talk about this, but you already know where this is going. Yeah, yeah. So you already know that this is a loss, right? I already know that this is either going to be losing or even, and it's definitely not winning. Fast forward, you all die, right? Well, actually, you guys kind of all die. So let's talk about this. So
Karma's HP or something else, because I didn't really see exactly.
Fight started out poorly. Poor value ulti. That's it. You start there. Impossible to win. Like who can save this? Zed one shots backline. I don't see it. That's the only thing that can save this, right? Garen can one shot backline or frontline or whatever. But what is the chances of that happening?
Very low.
Agreed. It's medium to low. So all they have to do is not suicide, they win this, right? So we can watch it play out if you want, but there's literally no way for you guys to win. If you guys have if you had a poor fight in the beginning and poor value on abilities, especially ultimates, automatic loss, right? Doesn't matter how far ahead you guys are. Look at this. How far ahead are you guys at this point in time? Yeah, 2 inhibitors kills. Down. Yeah, 12 kills. Yeah, you guys are insanely far ahead and you guys lost, right? It's all the same basic principles, right? You would need like 6 items to throw away your ulti and still win this, something like that, right? So yeah, that's what I think. When it comes to stuff like this, and how do you save your teammate that screwed up, get better value off your ulti, right? So that's the if you could take something away from these replays, I think that would be one of the most important, because it'll help you win these fights that you should be winning, I think. Or at the very least, it'll help you go even in these fights, right? Because what happens if something like Jinx kills everyone there? Because I've seen that before, right? Is that they had their AD carry picks up all these kills because someone made a mistake. What happens after that? Oh, you guys lose the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that one before. That was those games. That's how it happens.
Jinx.
Right, exactly.
And then she gets excited, gets like a quadra kill.
All right, exactly. All of a sudden, you can't break the base anymore, and then you guys lose Baron fight, and then it's over, right? So, wow, this is dicey. I don't know if you want to fight this, but sure, we're going to Baron. Their Jinx is not moving. You guys win this, sure. Fast forward. I think going mid here is fine. You don't really need to push out waves. You just need to make sure we do 5v5s. Same thing here, right? Another one, right? And you know that this is impossible to kill Swain because he has Hourglass. So it's better to always wait, okay? Anything like if you had waited something, you could say something like, oh, he gets low enough that you kill him with one shot on your ulti and then he Hourglasses early or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, it's about making sure you don't waste the pressure you have on your abilities. So this fight is just going poorly, right? There's another thing to talk about. What's going on here in this picture?
What do you mean? Like how the fight's going?
Right.
Oh, Zed already died.
So you guys
gotten much out of it.
Auto loss, right? Auto loss. Oh, there's no way you can win this. So, honestly, you could say something like this ulti is good value because you're trying to stop them from chasing, but that's almost never true. Okay, Jhin ulti can't be used this way. It doesn't work that way. It almost never stops. I don't think I've ever seen it stop a team from chasing. Right? It's not like slow enough. It doesn't slow them enough. You know what I mean? You can only hit one
Okay.
guy at a time. So you would always save it for the turn. If there's any way to save this fight, it's when you guys can turn after they chase super far and they're trying to run away. So there's no way to win this fight. You know, people are dying. This is really bad. You guys want to run?
Should I just have left immediately in that fight, and just maybe just try to W one person to get them out, and then just been like, "Fuck this shit."
All right. So in this example, you know, oh, this karma is dead in my eyes. So you throw a bunch of traps down, you run.
Okay.
Right. And maybe you can stick around to see if you can hit someone for free. But when you start seeing these jacks coming in, you're like, you know, that doesn't seem like a good option anymore, right? So yeah, you can maybe stick around, hit some people, but you should know that your main objective is run like hell because it's 5v4. You can't actually win that, right? The expectation is that you can't actually win because you know what happens. This is a classic example of, okay, team is trying to stay to see maybe they can win 5v4. TP behind them, what happens? You can't get away anymore, right? Or TF ulti behind, can't get away anymore. You know, you just need to know that 45 is impossible. So you gotta run. So it's good that you live. Lose the inhibitor though. Wow, this game is this, you know, Jinx is getting kills, right? But you see what I mean? Where, you know, if you had your ulti, this could be really good, right?
Yeah, it's true.
So something like if you had ulti here, then you can even find some kind of inhibitor. Holy shit! You see this?
Design your timing.
No. Look at this Jinx. Look at this.
Oh,
Yeah, Zarya timing too, but Jinx died, she was killing Gary, he just turns it around and fucking ultis her. Wow, that's pretty funny. Yeah, you just kill them all, sure. Fast forward, sure, Inferno, but yeah, you guys are kind of losing fights that shouldn't really be happening, right? Okay, what's going on here? I'll say same thing here, right? It's you could say that this is a good enough, right? Why is that? Why would you say that this is maybe good enough? Okay, true. But bigger reason, I would say, why are you already winning the fight? Look at the minimap.
The 45.
Yeah, 45. So, but the reason why you would want to save it even longer is because this Jax is getting into the fight, right? So, I would say that maybe you don't want to save it more, but this looks good enough, honestly. But I think that your ultis are just too unsure. Oh, you definitely don't want to hit that guy. You know what happens if he turns around and hits you? That would be a big monkey S.
The Jinx hits me.
Yeah. She's gonna kill you, right? Let's talk about late game
I
matchups.
I had the rapid fire in the storm race. I just hit her once and then just
Well,
shit out of there.
She hits you once, and we got a problem because she has red buff, right? But
no, that's true.
when it comes to late game matchups, this is not something you really worry about nowadays because of the way the game works, right? Game's usually over. You don't really. This doesn't happen often, but at the higher ranks, this happened a lot. Like a season or two ago, or last few months, or whatever. Is that what's the matchup with 80 carries here?
Jhin
What is
versus Jinx? What do you mean specifically? Like she's like the hyper scaling 80.
Right. What does Jhin want to do?
I just want to poke her down. There's like I don't
trade mega
hard.
Trade.
Yeah, I don't want to actually like all in fight with her. Just straight up with auto.
Yeah, exactly. Trade, run, and then ulti. Or you want to W them when they're out of position, right? And then what does Jinx want to do? She wants to just all in you, right? So if you walk up to her and she hits you with red buff, you can't get away. So that's how we know that there's no way. There's no way this can work, right? But you actually run pretty fast, honestly. So
with the storm RFC, and I think I have Halo Blades.
Yeah, but honestly, you can even say something like all she has to do is auto attack you and then flash with minigun, and then we got a problem, right? But honestly, don't worry about stuff like this. This is just interesting stuff that you can know, right? Is late game matchup actually matters, right? And then what's going on here? Oh, okay. Wait, what? Hello? This Jax just didn't exist? What's going on?
Apparently.
I don't understand. You can just kill everyone here, right? Like say, for example, remember how we're saying stuff like you're going to throw your W when Morgana's going for an auto attack? So Jax flash stun when you're going for an auto attack is similar, right? But honestly, don't worry about stuff like this, okay? It's just make sure you're focusing on your ultis because this is not you don't care about that stuff right now, right? Like W's are great. Your W's are perfect, right? You're on the side of being patient with it, so it's really good. It's just your ultis and stuff. Wow, she almost, dude. This one auto attack was really scary. You see this?
Yeah, it's crazy.
What the fuck? Oh my god! I think she could have Killed everyone almost. Maybe possible. Maybe. You guys win, so that's good. This dude, what is Jax doing the whole time?
He was just MIA ever since that.
Yeah, that was really weird. I think his team was flaming him for sure. But okay, interesting. But yeah, I think that the way you played was very similar both games, right? When it comes to you're punishing super hard. Sometimes you try and punish, they punish you because it wasn't really a punish. They tricked you or something. And then in fights, if we have poor value, you can't win. And then even or losing fight, right? So those are the two main things I think you should focus on, and it kind of intermingled as well, right? Is when you want to punish, just double check, okay? Double check to make sure there's no way for them to stop you. And if you know there's a way for them to stop you, pretend to punish, right? Pretending to punish will always be good, right? You don't even have to punish if you're pretending, right? Like let's say you could trade on them, but you're not sure, so you back off, and then the jungler doesn't come out, so you go ward, and then what did you lose? Okay, maybe you missed out some extra damage, but you made sure you didn't throw. Is the big idea.
Yeah.
Because I think that's your main focus.
So much smaller than the value they get if they actually,
right. Exactly.
Kill me.
Exactly. That's your main focus early mid game. Okay.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to after that, I think your decision making is great. It's just when you decide to use your ulti in team fights, don't use it. Let me see if we can find. Yeah, let me see if we can find some examples because I used to play Jhin a lot in the day. So let's see. Well, actually, I think I can search by. Whoops. I think I can search by champion, right? Let me see. Give me a good one. Oh my! We have to scroll down. I think.
It was so many clips.
Yeah, I try and save stuff I think is interesting or good teaching material. So let's see. Oh, here's a great example. Here we go. This is against Cutie Pie and everyone else. I don't even know. But let's watch this. Is this right? This can't be right. Is this right? Okay, let's watch this for sure. Okay, so sure it's a different meta, but honestly the same concepts apply, right?
Okay.
So tell me if you see anything interesting happen in here. Like let's say was that how good was that W?
Terrible.
Yeah, I'll agree. Terrible. Should not have used it. Yeah, agreed. I literally wasted abilities, right? Sure has a nice Q, whatever. Old Infinity Edge, miss Old Infinity Edge. Okay, that was definitely a mistake. I got caught right there. Okay, and then
now you want ult if you can.
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think is gonna happen next?
Your ult's gonna come up and you're gonna kill all three of them. 3 shots.
All right, this is what you wanna do, right? You just wait until it's the freest thing on earth. Okay, that's all you care about. You want to make sure that there's literally no way for them to do anything. Let's look at this one too. This is I think this is in laning, so it's less relevant. So, but I think it might be relevant. Let me see. Oh, that was a sick Jhin ulti. What the hell? That was beast. What a beast. You notice how you save W, right? Because he has flash, right? So you always save it, okay? And then maybe you see some kind of play, sure. But this is honestly less instructional for what we need you to work on. Let me see a team fight. Come on.
Still, the point is that you saved it till the very end instead of using it in the beginning.
Right, exactly. Wow, where are all the Jhin clips? Come on. Feels bad. We can't scroll down for some reason. Does this work if I do this? No, it doesn't work that way. Wow. But you kind of get the idea, right? Why can't I scroll down?
I don't know, man.
Not like this. But you kind of get the idea, right?
Yeah,
it's just hold on to it. Whenever in doubt.
It's kind of hard actually seeing myself do it, like over. And
over again. Yeah, I know what you mean, right? Whenever I watch my replays, I'm like, dude, what am I doing? I think this could be a good. Oh, that was trolling.
You're just trying to snipe the brand, I guess.
All right. How do we know it's not too bad?
You're keeping them. I guess you guys got off the Baron.
Right. We have something like trying to make sure they stay here so we can fight. Right.
Okay.
But honestly, it wasn't too good. I would even say you want to hold on to it even then. This is pretty troll. I don't think anything special happens here. It's just you just hit the close guy, right? Right? Yeah, there's nothing crazy happens here.
Nope.
Just making sure we don't die. Oh, they just all dead. All right, well, that was interesting. But we saw one clip at least. So, yeah, the big idea is just hold on to it until you want to be like last is the idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or unless you see an opportunity, but you just want to make sure you hold on to it. Okay. Other than that, just make sure that when you're going for some kind of punish, and it seems like your playstyle right now is 100% go in, but sometimes you need to fake going in. I think that'll help you a lot because they have a counter for when you go in sometimes, right? Like they have a gank ready, or they have more people, or something like that. So I think that's the two main things you should focus on. Okay.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Okay, so let's say you're focusing on this in game and you're trying to come up with a way to make sure that this is a good habit. I would suggest something like what I did was whenever I tried to fight, I just double checked, all my mechanics, like when it comes to skill shots and all that. And when it comes to laning stuff, and I was trying to trade, I mean, always look at the map for the jungler. I think that's probably more specific, but it's pretty much double checking everything. I think it's where you're at.
Map awareness a little bit too.
Right, that too. Look at the map before you do anything, right? If it looks like they're doing something stupid, they might be baiting you, right? Anything like that, I think, makes a lot of sense. So, but that's the overall idea. You're doing really well. Just make sure you're not falling into these two traps of wasting your ulti and you're trying to do something, but it's not going to work because they have something up their sleeve, right? Those are the two things you should definitely look at. So, what do you think?
No, I think that makes a whole lot of sense.
All right, cool. Any questions you want to look at? Any other examples, or you want to go back review a topic?
We could go over like maybe just the laning phase a little bit more.
Okay, so let's do one real quick.
One of the Jinx games, maybe like just like the beginning of it or something. I don't know how much time we have left. I wasn't really paying attention.
Sure. We can do like 10 minutes. Any of these, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
Okay, let's take a look. So when it comes to laning, the biggest idea is matchup and ganks. Okay, CS is actually it's bumped down to a lower priority nowadays. I think just the way the game works. Like let's say for example you're playing Swain, and he has perfect CS. You killed him 10 times. Who's winning?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, and Swain, how much CS do you have? You have like 60 CS at 10 minutes. Doesn't matter. You're just winning the game, right? Let's take a look at any of these guys, right? Let's just whip out Def, for example. How much CS is going on here? You got 7 CS a minute, right? This doesn't matter. You just kill people. It's really the game is about you kill them, right? Even on 80 carries, right? There's a lot of fighting going on. So don't worry about the CS anymore. It's
Do you
just.
think it's still worth it to try and play characters like Jinx, like those kind of like later I mean, she's not that bad early game anymore, I feel like, but she still feels like whenever I play her, I feel like I have a lot of games where it feels like the game's just over.
Yeah.
Exert any influence on the outcome.
I agree 100%. I don't play that shit anymore.
Feel out of control.
It's just not good enough.
She has a good win rate, which is confusing me. She's like 53% or something right now.
It's probably has something to do with the fact that at the lower ranks, it's like they can't close out games, and then games get weird. Like the game you saw where you guys almost throw against that Jinx, that seems like a classic. At the higher ranks, you're just not able to do anything. So honestly, if you really enjoy playing Jinx, I think it's still fine. But I personally would prefer to play something with higher impact early, mid game, and late game. Like what's to stop you from playing Brand? He's OP at all 3 stages, right?
I know. I just want to play Marksman so bad.
Right. I would say Jhin is good, right?
Much.
I would say Jhin is not bad. Oh yeah, if you want, you just pick something with early impact.
To everything else though.
Like look at this. Are you really able to do anything? Not really, right? You just fast forward. You can't really do anything except farm. And then what happens when they fight for Scuttle? Your team loses every Scuttle, right? Yeah. What happens if an Inferno Dragon spawns? You guys lose every Inferno, right? So it doesn't make sense. Oh baby, what is this level 3 gank? Wait, you guys are killing them for sure. Wow, wowza! You get double kill. Jinx double kill or Kennen double kill. Come on, Jinx double kill. Nice. Is he flashing out? Hello? What's going on here?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, that's what I thought. You can even zap him. You might kill him. Nope. No way. Oh, wow.
That surprised me too.
How much damage is his bite? Holy shit. What? Okay. I think he fit an auto attack in there. Right? Let me see. No, he didn't. What the fuck? All right, whatever. He finished him with the auto attack, but the bite was just OP, I guess. Whatever. That was good. That was good. Fast forward. So yeah, laning stuff is just you're doing really good in the laning phase. Okay, it's just making sure you don't fall for their win condition is the only thing I think you should worry about. And ganks. Okay, that and ganks. You do really well otherwise. It's just if there's a focus, make sure you have a focus on matchup.
Yeah, I guess the reason I was mostly asking about the laning phase is I feel like
Oh,
I have to win lane now to like actually like influence the game as like an ADC. Like, if I just go even in lane, then it just feels like I don't know.
I think part of the reason from seeing you play is because you might have poor value in fights, which could help you, which could lead to that feeling. Because if you're ahead, behind, even doesn't matter. Because if you waste abilities, you can't do anything in fights anyways, right? So I think you're doing fine in terms of impact. It's just make sure you don't die in lane, and you have. I mean, the games I saw, you had plenty of impact when you were playing Jhin. The failed gank bot is really good. You died bot, it was really bad, right? So there's a lot of stuff going on in your lane. I wouldn't worry about too much about affecting the game. You're already doing well, okay? It's just don't get caught by their random shit, right? And then you catch them is good. Okay. But yeah, I'm not really sure what to say because you're playing this champion that can't really do anything, right? The main thing if you want to play Jinx is what are you gonna do as a follow up? You're gonna throw your traps when he stuns, or you're gonna throw your zap when he hooks, or that's just ideas like that. Other than that, it's just you're just trying to farm, right? This lane is just catch versus catch, right? Or they're also some kind of all in with Nautilus. So wow, we have a Nocturne.
Better than ours in this lane.
Right. It's just because the way Misfortune and Nautilus base damages are just better than yours. You and Pike, right? Just by nature of the champions. So you're still to wait until you have items where you can one shot off a hook or something like that. Oh, this could be winning. Oh, never mind. Too many minions, I guess.
You want to fast forward to a couple of the team fights later in this video?
Yeah, sure.
If you don't mind.
Sure.
Because what ended up happening here is I ended up getting really fed at the end of the game, and then I wasn't able to actually carry it.
Let's see what's going on here. Started about here, maybe? You guys got Baron. Wow. How'd you get Baron? You stole it?
I don't remember.
Oh, you stole it for sure. Free steal. You want to kill this Nocturne. Okay. What would we say about this ulti, though?
I mean, I was just going for the Hail Mary to maybe steal the Baron, was my thinking.
Right. But
it's low.
It doesn't make sense.
Small chance.
If you want to steal Baron, they have to be low for the way the rocket works, right? Is that it splashes based on the damage it does. So if you hit them when they're full HP, it doesn't really do anything to Baron, right? Let's see how much damage it did. It did like 300 damage, so you can't outspike.
I never thought about that.
Right.
The damage it did to the Baron would be affected by the target or the health.
Right. Exactly. It doesn't really work that way. So you got him. Oh no, he was in a bush. Oh no, it's tragic. All right, so this what do you think happened here?
I didn't see him. He was on my minimap too. I just
So just map awareness, right?
Yep.
You could say map awareness working on map awareness would help you with figuring out the kind of stuff we were talking about, right, for the last two games. Let me see. Let's see if fast forward for these fights. Oh, something happened here. Oh, 4v4. Good engage. Automatic win. Oh, maybe not automatic, but it looks pretty good, I would say. Oh, this is definitely free. He's taking tower. Oh, that was insane. That works. That Warwick fear automatically won you guys that fight for sure. Oh my, disgusting. Dude, let me watch this. That was disgusting timing. You see this?
Yeah, that one felt good.
That was fucking sick. Wow. That was the monkey brain going at it here. Look at this. It's just your subconscious is just like, oh, perfect timing. I've actually noticed that when I'm trying to time Zanya's, I'm just like, okay.
You can't think about it at all.
You can't count. Yeah, exactly. Agreed. So that was really sick. That was really cool. 10 out of 10. But yeah, I guess just won that fight because Warwick just feared their face, so nothing really crazy going on here. All you do is, if you can hit someone, you're automatically winning, so you're just automatically winning. But yeah, I think there's a common trend with your ultis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a common trend. Always save it, okay? That was actually a big problem I had on Jinx. specifically is I'll just use ulti, didn't do anything, and then my ulti could have won the game.
Usually I feel
So
like my focus with the ultis like that is like I'm just trying to kill somebody early in
oh
the
yeah,
fight to
yeah,
like get excited and then go from there.
right, agreed, agreed. But you gotta make sure that if you use it, you gotta get excited, right? Um, oh, oh, that was a 6 stopwatch. Well played, well played. So yeah, you don't really have any problems when you have flash or some kind of counterplay up, right? No problems. It's just if they're you don't see them, you're dying, or poor value loses you fight. But honestly, on this champion, even if you miss ulti, if you can hit someone, you're winning, right?
Yeah.
Unlike Jhin. So automatic win. How do we know?
I didn't see the start of it. Then Nocturne just
Oh,
solos me.
right. You could have actually gotten out, right? But
I fucked up my flash here super bad.
yeah. But how do you know it's automatic win? It should have been, honestly.
Catch MF.
Yeah, you just hook MF. All you had to do is flash away from him. You automatically win. But I think you accidentally ran back, right?
I
Unfortunately,
by accident.
yeah, and then you try to A click him, but you couldn't see him because it was the bush. Really unfortunate, but maybe something like you have a better plan when he ults you. I don't know.
I mean, if I had flashed correctly, I could have gotten out of his fear tether.
I think it's the first time we see you lose the outplay in these 3 games, right? Is when they're going on you and you mess it up. So I wouldn't worry about this at all. Okay.
Okay.
It's just as long as you knew what your plan was. Like you got to make sure you know what the plan is. Like you're gonna flash this way, or you're gonna flash this way, or you're gonna trap yourself and then flash, or you're gonna trap yourself zap flash. I don't know what it is, but you gotta come up with something. Okay. I think maybe this could be a product of panicking, right? But yeah, as long as you have the right idea, don't worry about it. Okay. As long as you have the right idea. If you didn't have the right idea, you need to make sure you have the right idea because you can't like flash on instinct or anything like that. It doesn't work that way. Let's see. Fast forward. Team fight, sure. No one's getting that bot wave. It's kind of awkward. I think that's your opportunity to get bot, right?
I don't remember why I didn't go bot here.
Right, they're not at your towers or anything, and Nocturne's mid, so there's no way for them to stop
I think the
you.
reason I didn't, I guess maybe I didn't see the Nocturne. Whenever I'm against a Nocturne, I feel like I can't farm anything unless I'm like 100% sure I know where he is.
Right. Okay, can't go for this because Ken is not a great spot. Okay, yeah, I think there is a
terrible.
You already know, so we're not gonna say anything. But okay, very nice. You have a GA for the Nocturne ult, so I'm not worried. You just have to win. It doesn't matter. We don't have to watch this. This is just 5v4, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, the only problems you really have is just something like poor value on your ulti. Okay,
that's like the same stuff we saw in the chat.
Right, exactly. It's all the same, right? When it comes to you have man advantage, you win every time. When it comes to even numbers or losing, you kind of lose every time, right? So you already know what you need to do to fix that. So I think this is very much the same as the Jhin game.
Oh, that sounds good to me then.
All right, cool. If you do have, actually, yeah, any last questions before we wrap it up?
No, I don't think so. Are you gonna post this somewhere where I could watch it?
Oh yeah. I'll put this up on YouTube at the very least unlisted, so you can go back and take a look. So, but yeah, if you do have any other questions, feel free to hit me up on Discord. I'm always on.
All right, yeah, I think that's good for me then.
Nice,
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. Good luck in your games. Let me know how things go.
All right, I will. Take it easy.
You too.